Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I'm running a little bit late. Excuse me, this evening. Hope you guys are doing okay. We'll see how many people we get on here tonight, and we will just talk. Hey, BC, I liked your videos earlier today. They were pretty dang good, man. Happy Saturday. Hey, Detroit Redneck, what you up to, buddy? Ah, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. I don't I don't know that I know a whole lot, but maybe. Well, I had something that I had pulled up and I'd actually written out a almost like a PowerPoint, but she ain't gonna be working. It doesn't look like. Anyway, yes, sir. Hey, Doc Falcon, I'm still out of town. How are you doing? Catching up with you guys real quick. Thank you guys for coming by. I apologize for being a little bit late. And look, my hair ain't pretty, but you know, I can only do so much. It's I think I pulled it up. Uh, this is kind of like an outline. Um, this might be kind of interesting. You guys might not like it. Um, oh, you people with hair, always finding a reason to bring it up. I don't hate me because I have hair on my head. Actually, it's getting kind of thin. BC, you see that up there? I think I see Rogaine in my future. Hey, Buckskin, thank you for coming by, buddy. Love you too. Hope you have a good evening. But I was sitting here while I was supposed to be working, gainfully employed, and I started thinking about some stuff on the shower, on the pillow. Yeah, I understand. Me too. Um, this is going to be a heavy topic Saturday night, so I guess it's okay. Hey, Broken Nomad, hope you're feeling better. Um, hope you are up and ambulatory. Um, follically challenged. Yes, sir. I am too. I am too. You guys have obviously heard about all the stuff that's going on in the news, and I just kind of want to know your thoughts. What do you guys think about all that stuff that's going on in the great state of Texas? What do you think? I will start this thing off. That one area that they are talking about, Eagle Point, Eagle Pass. Yes, yeah, my wife wants to shave my neck. Yeah, so it'll match the hair on the top of my head. Really, that's interesting. Um, yeah, honestly, I feel really bad for that old man. Um, when he was vice president with Obama, and he was coherent. He didn't do nothing, but I mean, he was there. He had an intelligent presence, let's say. But now I feel bad for the old man. Somebody needs to. Washington D.C. has become the most expensive geriatric facility that we know. And I'll say this with some conviction. The nice thing is in 20 years, none of them will be alive because they'll have all died of old age, unless the lizard people come in. We don't want to talk about the lizard people tonight. We don't have tinfoil hats. Um, I feel bad for the old man. Uh, yes, it is, Doc. Absolutely, it is. Texas, Eagle Ridge, Eagle Point. Hang on, I gotta fix that. That looks bad. There we go. Eagle. Somebody help me out here. I think it's Eagle. I think it's Eagle Point. From what I have read, it's in actually a state park. Eagle Pass. Thank you. It's in a state park in Texas. State park. State park. And couldn't they just arrest him for trespassing on a state park? That was. I know it's on federal land that they're going through, but they're going through federal land onto a state park, and there we go. Um, Pass. Thank you, Detroit Redneck. So, and then they're saying, for people to mobilize and proceed, and we already have, the truckers that are heading down that way. Guys, if you have any friends or family who are thinking of doing that, I have a couple of suggestions. Um, don't use your phone. Pay gas for cash wherever you go. Uh, the problem is they're problematic. That was beautiful, BC. That was beautiful. So I know they do logistics better than I do, and I'm just a redneck chicken farmer, so I don't have a whole lot of say or a lot of in-depth insight onto this. I would hope that they have a few tanker trucks with fuel so they don't have to rely on anyone else to fuel them up. And I hope that the people who are doing this don't stop at an ATM machine or fill up or use the phones that they normally use, because that was a big no-no with that violent insurrection that we had January 6th. You remember that violent one? Yeah, I don't either. But they tell me it was violent. Um, absolutely. Absolutely. Although burner phones, in the sense that we used to talk about them, they're not really that much anymore. But you could get you a big bag of Lay's potato chips in the Mylar bags, the silver foil, and you could wrap it up and it would pretty much work as a Mylar bag. I did a video on it, a couple of videos on it, and that would kind of work. But much smarter and much more knowledgeable people are handling that. I actually had to look and see if our great state of Alabama here had a state militia. And we actually do. We do. We have a state militia force of 1,000 people who are chosen from select people going out of National Guard. Does that make sense? Because they're not looking for like anybody they have to train. So Alabama does have a 1,000 standing state militia, but they did not offer to go into there. I don't know why. I started seeing one thing and I saw another thing and I started going from one to another, just looking, just to see what all's going on. Oh, and by the way, I did not get approval from StreamYard yet, so otherwise I'll be trying to do it today. Track phone. Yep, track phone's pretty good. That will get you as close to uh, off the radar as you can get, but you still ping off the towers and way it is. And even one of the funny things, if you have a newer car, it records everything and it pings it back. My car does it. I was looking at it and I was like, holy cow, my car's a snitch. And it is. It is. And I have, well, way it is. Um, but let's see. So what do you guys think is going to happen? They're going to get down there on the Texas border, and what do you think is going to happen? Uh, and that is spoken from someone who knows what they're talking about. Get a laptop and use a VPN with free calling, and that will block your phones and give you freedom. Let's say it would give you freedom. Uh, Doc says he had something weird happen last night. PayPal sent him 2 access codes for his account. He didn't order them, so he changed his passwords. That's good. That is prudent right there. He can appear to be in Austria with a click. We're going to have to sit down and work on some of my stuff when you come over to the house, buddy. I'm talking to the Broken Nomad because, yeah, I need some of that stuff. Um, but how are you guys doing other than that? Is the weather treating y'all okay? You being all right? We are up here. I'm in Chattanooga right now, so we are experiencing a little bit of rain. Ain't a little bit; it's a whole bunch of rain. Huh? I wonder if that's becoming like a trend, BC. Um, oh, and congratulations! I'm looking forward to all of the stuff you're going to start doing with Kydex. BC does knife blades, and he's getting more into Kydex side of it, I think. It's what I gathered from the video, and he does really good knives. So if you guys need a custom made knife at a reasonable price, BC Blades is the one to do it. Rain all day and it's finally over. Hey Tamara, I am sorry that we are buffering. I don't know why, but maybe the weather. It's all good. I hope you have a good evening and y'all stay safe and enjoy the video. So Tamara, we'll see you later. Uh, for being out of a job that covers me for everything. Dang, Detroit redneck. I'm sorry about that, buddy. You spent New Year's in Chattanooga. I'm sorry about that too. Or was it fun? If it was fun. um, I'm up here right now, and it's nice. Um, but you know, I got so much to do at the house. I kind of wish I was home. Um, BC says he slightly modified the BC Special. It was your first knife with a Kydex sheath. Your first big knife. because as opposed to your neck knives, most all of BC's neck knives, I think all of them are Kydex. Um, yes, BC, I have been to Ruby Falls. Yes, sir. I have done the trip and the tour. I've been to the Raccoon Campground, and um, what was it? Yeah, and took the elevated train or the track, the one that goes up. So I have done all of that. I've been up here 3 years now. It's interesting. Yeah, Rock City's pretty cool. And then you get start googling, what was it, Rock City, uh, mysterious caverns. You'll find all kinds of stuff about that. People that have gone in there, trying to do their own thing, and they find them like a week or a month later dead, obviously. Um, so it's very interesting. It's a beautiful place, but don't go off the beaten path up there. And it's you'll the river kind of cuts through in a semicircle. Hey, Marvin, no, I don't have no links yet. They said 24 to 48 hours, so I am still waiting to see. Hang on. Nope. Away she goes. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have everything situated. Um, yeah, I'm afraid I'd knock everybody off if I started fiddling around. Um, but yeah, Rock City has an interesting kind of little spooky backstory along with that, finding some different areas and different veins and people exploring it. Um, yes, doesn't he have good knives? He has some really good stuff. Um, but Rock City's pretty cool, and there across the river is Raccoon Caverns, um, and it's pretty interesting. And then I know it's weird, but in kind of like that big bend as you go around the railroad tracks and then the river, there is it's not really a mental institution. It's a hospital, a wellness center, minimal care right there. And it's almost reminiscent of the zombie shoot 'em up game that has, Raccoon City. Well, that was Raccoon Campground and everything. I always thought it was pretty cool. Well, yeah, it's kind of a rest home, but I just always thought it was pretty interesting. Um, and then there's all kinds of places. I have to say, if the Hooch would agree to it, I would move not to Chattanooga, but I would move up here, maybe 30 or 40 miles north, because this would be pretty good. Got the water, got the mountains, that kind of stuff. She likes the beach. She just got back from Orange Beach, I think it was. So, you know, what do you do? Um, you go where the screaming is less, and it's less at home. Um, I'm watching and I'm looking, but there's also a really good museum up here. The the river scene is pretty good, and then there's also a really good baseball field. So I mean, Chattanooga has some pretty good stuff. not knocking around. I am in one of the lower. Well, yeah. Sometimes it's I don't know what to tell you. I was talking to my buddy, surviving in Alabama, and he's done pretty well. Um, and I've talked to some other friends of mine, but they are they are a lot more into it than I am. For me, going out in the woods is a good time to get a nap. Um, uh, Desherd, Tennessee, 50 miles north of Chattanooga. Okay. Yeah. Or Oolteway, Oolteway. I think that's the name of it. That's about 30 miles north. That's just getting more rural, and you're getting away from the interstates that associate you with, what is it? Nashville, Birmingham, Chattanooga, Atlanta, and all that stuff. Uh, I understand BC. Yeah, I don't. That's why all the cats I eat, I have somebody else kill them. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Uh, yes, sir. Where they built the exploding engines. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, yeah. But it is. I'm trying to think how far it is above all the in Florence, Alabama, above the nuclear power plants. Uh, Edward was a good cat. He was delicious. That dang cat's still alive. He's 16 years old. And because we were looking at it, Facebook gives you those little 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that kind of thing. I was like, holy cow, that cat is 16 years old. And, with all the bad weather and everything, we let him come in at night, and he won't stay in. You open the door, he darts out. So you pretty much have to fight to get him inside the house. And once he's in, he'll stay in for the evening, and he doesn't pee or anything. Of course, we have a litter box upstairs and one in the basement, but he'll, kind of hide, and you'll wake up and he'll be laying on top of you. It's like, how'd that cat get in the bedroom? But he's still kicking. I swear. I think this is 16 years that he's been around. Uh, that would be cool, Detroit Redneck. He said he spent the Christmas with his mother in Florida and watched Elon launch that rocket in Daytona. That's pretty cool. I'd like to see it once or twice. From what I understand, they're launching a lot of those things. Your little cat is sitting right next to you. Yes, and I saw that big old uh, cat ranch that you bought for that cat all over. That's a big old thing. I'm looking. Oh yeah, I would love to see one of those. Now I've seen, yeah, I mean, years ago. This was, when I was in like 10th grade or 11th grade. We went down and saw them launch space shuttle. I think it was, and that was pretty cool. That was real cool. But you don't get to see that all the time, because that was kind of like history. Elon's doing it now. It's kind of like UPS. I mean, he is running those things up with regularity. Saw the moon launch. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, man, I remember when the Challenger blew up. I was homesick that day. I was laying on the sofa at my mom and dad's house, at their place, and I think I had strep or something because I was sitting there eating chicken soup or something, and I was watching it, and I went and got mom, and she came in there, and she was crying and all that stuff, and it was like holy cow. Um, that was that one, and when the towers fell, that was everybody says your grandparents or your parents always know where they were when Kennedy was assassinated, and for me it was the Challenger, and then it was when uh, when the first tower got hit by the plane. Um, because I mean that was something right there, something awful. I was actually, I know everybody's going to ask me about this. I was we were getting ready to go into surgery, and I was prepping up a dog for surgery. Before I worked at a vet clinic. I just didn't do this on the side, and we were getting ready to go in and do a I can't remember what it was, a spay. And so my boss and we were in there, and I'd prepped everything, and I was gowned in, and I was watching everything, and then I went and got him, Dave Fuller, and I said, "Hey, Dave," or Doc. I said, "Hey, Doc, look at this. This is crazy. Twin Towers just got hit by a plane," and he was like, "Oh my God!" And you know, that was like staggering. Um, got all you guys who've been hit in the breadbasket. You understand what I'm talking about. It happens, and you kind of look, and it's like it's gonna hurt in a second, and it did. Um, it did. But that was bad stuff. Regardless of what you believe or what you think, that was still just bad stuff. Um, so there's always, some point in a group mind as to when something terrible like that happens, something pivotal, pivotal that changed everything, um, at least the way you thought. And that's really bad stuff. Hopefully, we don't have anything like that again. On to better topics. Somebody throw something out there. We got a few more minutes. One of the things, do you think this Texas border is just smoke and mirrors? Nope. Hang on. I'm on the phone. Hey, babe. What are you doing? I'm doing my live stream. All right. Love you. Bye. I love you too. Bye. There we go. Um. Okay. Broken Nomad says, "Oh hell no." Oh, was that to me answering the phone? Um. There you go. Or was it to Texas being a diversion on the border crisis. 8 million people have gone through since Biden. That's an estimate because they can't get an accurate. 8 million people have gone through since Biden has been a president in that area along southern border. Give me southern border at least. 8 million people. and I was listening to somebody say that, and they said, how many people live in the state of Ohio? I was like, I don't know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That could very well be the case, Detroit redneck. But you know, he's in Portland, Oregon. I hope he's in a good part of Portland, Oregon. I don't want to know, and don't post it here, but Portland has been rough on instances. I hope he's doing all right though. But what do you think's going on with all that stuff with Biden? And yeah, I've been up to Spokane, and I have to say I like it. It was a nice place, and I really enjoyed the outdoors because you go outside and then it's just woods nearly in the areas that I was in. I mean, there's no buffer, there's no urban sprawl or buffer. You just go outside and it's woods everywhere. But I hope that everything goes okay with those guys that are going to do the stuff in Texas. I would be real careful with what you're going to do out that way, guys. Kennewick, Washington. I think I went through there, either going to or from Seattle to get to Spokane, something like that, because that sounds familiar and rings a bell. But keep those guys in your thoughts and prayers, because that's some. It could be very interesting, or it could be just a big setup. So that's why I was saying if I was going to go that way, I would definitely have a whole bunch of cash in my pocket, because once I got within 100 miles of anywhere, I would not do anything other than cash, and I would not do anything on a cell phone that was my cell phone. That'd just be tough, and especially if you have a newer car, because it logs everything, your location, your ID, where you are. Yep. I get monthly reports as to where my car was and what it did, and fuel economy, and they're saying this and that, and tire tread depth. I mean, so if you have recently bought a car, they will track everything on it, everything, and you can disable it, but you lose your warranty. So, pick your poison. That's why my truck's old. So the way it is. Anyway, guys, we're at 30 minutes, half of an hour. Yeah, Doc, I don't even plug my phone into that new car. I don't, because then it sinks it and everything. Be careful, BC. Take it easy. Have a good evening. Tell your wife hello. You guys, we are going to wrap this up also, because we're at half an hour. Hope you guys do okay. Hope you guys are doing all right. And hopefully we'll have StreamYard up tomorrow-ish, something like that. I got to work tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you again. Oh, dude, I I showed up 15 minutes late, and you showed up later than me. You're fashionably late. I'll say that. See you, BC. Dude, I'll holler at you later. Guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You guys be safe. See you.